Welcome to CrushTown, my dear friends, the podcast where we just talk about crushing it all over town. Ready?
Hey guys, welcome in. Clearly.
Welcome in. Yeah. Welcome to CrushTown, y'all. We are talking about
TV shows that have shaped us, inspired us. We're going through the decade because I'm a decades person.
Yo, me too.
I became one.
Woo!
I became one. My parents thought it was so weird. Yes, like my dad would walk in and Friday night, right? Most kids are at the football game. I'm at home eating Chinese food, watching like Golden Girls or Three's Company or Sanford and Son.
Oh, you better be careful about the Sanford and Son, man. Yeah. I freaking love that show.
But yeah, let's get
unbelievable. Let's get after it. Get after it. Okay, so tell me, as you've grown, even like teenage, young adult, what are some of the shows that you're like, yup.
Yeah, and praise whoever. For the people, who brought, because it used to be so hard to find, right? Listen, for those, I mean, we're not going to give away our age. You have to do your homework to find out how old we are. You might be able to find out by the way we talk.
Right,
However,
right.
I grew up, right, with VHS, DVD came along, right, Blu-ray, which didn't go very far. Mm-hmm. But
poor Blu-ray. Moment of silence. Moment of silence for Blu-ray.
Cue music, editor. We have no editor. It's us right now. So like you would make it home. You would check the TV guide, right?
Yeah.
And also you would know because programming programming was very predictable back then.
Oh yeah. Every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Yeah. Every Thursday. Yeah.
Right. The lineups.
Yeah.
So you would know. And so I would have my sister. Oh my God, I can't even say it. Sister comes on at 3:00.
Yep.
3 to 4.
Yeah.
Right. And then whatever it's called, Fresh Prince is on from 4 to 5 type of thing, right?
Ooh, yeah.
I had my lineup, and most of them, were comedy shows, right? Because that was quote unquote probably the golden era of like 90s, early 2000s,
100%,
late 80s comedy.
Yeah.
And so I grew up on all that stuff. Like I said, Fresh Prince, Sister. And some of the oldies, like I said, Golden Girls, Sanford and Son, Three's Company.
Yep.
I literally started watching from like 70s through now. I watch multi-cam comedies now. Still, I love them.
You know what was huge for me?
What was huge for you?
The Jeffersons.
Oh, Weezy and George.
Moving on up.
Weezy and George.
I love that show so much.
It's funny because you know what my main was?
What?
What's it called?
Home Improvement?
All in the Family with Archie Bunker. That was.
Oh yeah. Archie Bunker was my dude, man. He was just enough nasty.
Archie.
Oh, Archie.
Yeah, and I think the Jeffersons, if I'm correct, was a spinoff.
One after the other.
Was a spinoff from.
Yes, because he was the neighbor.
Right, and he started the cleaning business.
Yes, and that's where the song came from. I'm moving on up because he was right next to Archie Bunker, and then to the high rise, baby. He blew it up.
It was a spinoff of the television sitcom All in the Family, created by Norman Lear.
Yeah.
So oh my gosh, yeah. And I remember, like I said, right. My parents didn't show me this stuff. Mm-hmm. They didn't care. I mean, because it was family shows, right? Yeah. Family, right? Theme comedy back then. Mm-hmm. So they weren't worried about the content, right? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But literally, my dad would come home from work and I'm in front of the TV watching All in the Family. He's like, son. When the show was on TV when I was your age, I didn't even watch it. not like you are, right? I was engrossed by old racist Archie Bunker. Right. What he called his Polish son-in-law a Polak.
A Polak, constantly.
You dumb Polak.
You dumb Polak.
Like I said,
was fantastic.
Different era of writing, but goodness gracious, it survived the test of time. It is so funny to this day.
To this day, I can watch it and roll.
Yeah,
I love it. Now, dude would have been canceled. There would have been picket signs outside the studio and all the things going on nowadays if they were shooting it. But it's literally the thing that I think it hit was that there was all of the people surrounding this one dude with hard opinions, and then the balance of him learning lessons. I think that's the brilliance in the writing. He was so stark and this is what I believe, but then everybody else could still, at some points, in some ways, teach him lessons, and he would learn it. And then there would be this give and take, which I thought was so dope.
Yeah.
Because, our family, my parents were really, really big on family dinner. Mm-hmm. It was like a thing that was immovable. But 2 days a week, maybe 3, we would do family dinner with TV trays around the TV and watch our favorite shows. I think it was Tuesday, Thursday, Friday were around the TV. where we would all sit in our favorite spot on the couch or whatever, have our little TV trays, right? And we would go through them. Family Ties was a big one for me, right? We love that. So you had Family Ties, you had Full House, you had The Jeffersons, you had All in the Family, we had Home Improvement, we had In Living Color, which the hilarity of my parents watching In Living Color, I was like, what? But yo, Jim Carrey was my example, man. When I saw Jim Carrey, I'm like, that's what I want to freaking do. Yeah. Even though growing up, my parents really pushed the job. They would say like, do whatever your heart feels, but get a job and make sure you make money, right? So that leaned more heavy on me than Dream at first. Yeah. But I never have forgotten the example, Jim Carrey. Mork and Mindy was a big one for us too. Robin Williams was massive for us. We watched Mork and Mindy, dude. Every time. There was always some rerun of something going on with Mork and Mindy. Yeah. We freaking love that show. That was next level for us too as family. So all of those kind of led me to where I knew I wanted to do comedy because I could see all of these people writing all this hilarious stuff that my whole family just loved. So I was all in. I was all in on it. And I think a huge thing too that I saw with that affected me, and because I always have flashbacks of this, are those comedy shows that had those deep emotional moments where a family member passed or somebody had cancer or this big, huge issue. Somebody had a wreck and they were in the hospital. The mom found out a terrible thing about the parents or whatever, right? Like there was all this big, deep stuff. Always fascinated me how it could be a full-on comedy, but then they would have these splashes of like emotion in there. And I was always like, I want to do that. Like I want to affect people like that. Yeah. So always good. Big for me. So good. Yeah. Like
I said, people like will tell you almost like I remember. I mean, even me, I would love to do. One of my dreams is to do multi-cam comedies.
Oh yeah.
And my friends' families would always be like growing up. They'd be like, oh, like he can quote. He's always quoting all these sitcom, right? And I remember like the strangest like one-line scenes from all these sitcom shows, like Fresh Prince, right? And
Fresh Prince.
For granted, I've seen it like 1,000 times.
Oh man, me too.
You know, but like there are iconic scenes and moments that like you can't get out of your head.
Oh yeah.
And so I always quote them growing up, like the Jamie Foxx show, stuff like that. Stuff I grew up on with the Wayans Bros. Dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, just like all that stuff. Like I said, even shows like Roseanne. Reba. I love Reba.
Dude, Reba was great.
2000s, but yeah, like Reba. Like
oh my gosh, that was great.
Like I like if it's the writing, like I said, if the writing is good and actors are like they bought in. Oh yeah, I mean it was an era.
And look, I'm 100% with you. If the actors were all in, it just crushed, and you could tell.
And I feel like at that time, you know, they got to just act. And I could be wrong about this. You know, I feel like right now, you know, like you act and, you know, your personality, right? You're on social media.
Yeah.
You know, and you probably work different jobs than you used to, like throughout the year.
Yeah.
You know, I know back then, like you were married to like one show most of the time for most of the year.
Big time.
But I think it also like showed through in their performances. Like you said, you know, like they got to just be on that show and be present every day they were at work.
Dude, yeah.
Which, like I said, can really add to the performance.
Yes, 100%. Because yeah, nowadays, if you think about it, there's a lot has changed really, but a couple of huge things is now they're doing like A/B testing on lines, on which lines should be in the script. So now instead of some shows allow a little bit of riffing and a little bit of improv, but very rarely, right? Like shows like The Office, that's phenomenal because there was a ton of improv and they would shoot a ton of improv and then do the scripted stuff or do all the scripted stuff, get it out of the way and then let them improv and then cut it all together, which I thought was flipping brilliant. But there's hardly any shows like that, right? Parks and Rec is another one that's brilliant. Brooklyn Nine-Nine's fantastic as well. Same kind of comedy, improvised thing.
That's The Office.
But yeah, right, which is all kind of that foundation, right? But even with those, you can literally see. And even some of the interviews after the shows, they were like, yeah, that scene was fun, but we improvised a ton of it. They just didn't use it. Yeah, we improvised, but they were like, oh, we don't know if we can put that line on TV now. It wasn't dirty. It wasn't whatever. It was just a super hilarious joke. But they were afraid of what might happen if they put it on there. Those shows back in the day, I mean, yeah, it was scripted, but man, they would leave hilarious stuff in the show. People breaking like bloopers and that kind of stuff,
showing,
right?
like the crowd breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. Which was
that.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
What was the show with Urkel?
Family Matters.
Family Matters. That show constantly. All in the Family was with what's his face, and Family Matters was with the Urkel and the crew. Yeah, yeah.
Carl Winslow, the cop.
Yes,
I got him a lot.
Carl Winslow.
I have a fun game for you.
What you got?
And I think our audience can take home something with this.
Okay.
I'll name some shows, even like my friends who are my age and those who are younger than me, like in some older, like I'll name off like a bunch of these iconic sitcoms, and they're like, "What is that?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What is that?" Or they know what it is, and they've never watched it. I'm like,
Right.
So shout out to actually one of my college homegirls, T. She would know because we watched Golden Girls all the time in college.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
we talk about it now to this day. Talk about it still. Like
Phenomenal.
it's one of the few shows that like
Yeah.
I've seen it times over the past like decade or so, or a couple of decades. It still has me in tears.
I love it.
And the same part has me in tears every single time I watch it. Like it's so good.
I love it.
And I'm not quite sure which era. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna group the two eras together.
Do it.
So we'll rip off a couple different shows.
Yeah.
So name a show that comes to your mind. Let's do eras. Let's do the era from 70s. It could be 70s to 80s. Name something in your mind from that show that you loved watching from that time.
Welcome Back, Kotter.
Ooh, I don't know that one. See, he's judging me.
You don't know that one,
But it's on my list now.
You gotta watch
y'all
that.
Add these to your list. Listen,
Yeah.
you can find them nowadays, right? It's on probably Amazon.
Oh,
or YouTube,
everywhere.
or a streaming
You-
service.
literally.
An
To
app,
me-
Fire Stick.
Yeah. Pick one. Look up Welcome Back, Kotter.
Back, Kotter.
John Travolta before he was John Travolta. In there as a New York guy, right? And he's the guy. He's like, what is wrong with my hair? Right? Come on already. Like that,
Love this.
dude just made me look at him going, I could be freaking that Italian dude on every show.
Love it.
I just have to split it down the middle, feather the hair back, and it's freaking on.
Hilarious.
And so Welcome Back, Kotter is the big one.
Okay, I got
Now
it.
you name one.
I'm taking you back. I'm taking you back with this one. Different Strokes.
Oh, what you talking about, Willis?
We're talking about. Here you go.
Come on, boy.
Different Strokes.
Yes.
I love.
Yeah. Oh,
Gary
dude.
Coleman.
Phenomenal.
Gary Coleman.
I met
Todd
him
Bridges.
actually.
Oh.
He was on the pilot. He came by as an investor, a possibility, of the garage when we were shooting the pilot.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a dope dude too, man.
so cool.
Super business savvy, like legit, like don't play around.
Oh wow. That's
Yeah,
so
super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was forever years ago, but yeah, it was so dope.
Shoot off one more.
Okay.
A few more. We'll do a few more. Eras.
I've got it in my head. I just don't remember the name
Okay, tell me a little. Maybe I can help
of
you.
the show. It's the show. Oh, got it. Punky Brewster.
Oh, what's the name of the show? Is that what? No, I know that.
I think it is. Maybe
I've heard. Hold on, yeah.
you want to look it up? Go ahead and see.
Yeah. That's it.
It
Punky
is,
Brewster.
right?
Yeah.
Because it was my sister's
1984. Yeah.
favorite freaking show.
Nice.
So we would splash that into our family watching because she loved it. And honestly, some great freaking writing.
Yeah.
Some super dope funny stuff in that happy little show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
What you got?
This one for you folks. So this is going to be a crowd favorite for most people.
Yeah.
But you should know what Three's Company is. Yeah.
John Ritter, boy,
John Ritter.
you better look out because that dude was some brilliant.
Oh my God.
At a whole nother level.
And you don't even know it until like you start. Like for me, like I'm like, oh right, you like watching this person because they're good on TV. But when you start like as an actor, when you start doing like comedy, you start doing like even like theater.
Yes.
Like and you find out how hard it is, and you match that with how brilliant he was because you like watching him. You're like, holy crap, that guy was a genius. Like
Genius.
And he made it look like He made it look like it'd be easy to do. Like, oh, I can go on TV and do that. Like, no.
And then you get in and you're like,
right.
Uh-oh.
Nobody's laughing. Nobody's.
It ain't
Yeah, I'm missing everything. Like what? And he made it look effortless.
effortless. And here's the greatest part. If you and you can actually look this up.
Jack Tripper.
Look
that's-
look up interviews of the cast, crew, and writers of Three's Company. They talk about the writers now talking about him and how they loved him because he would always base his improv off of the flow of the scene that they wrote and created. Nowadays it's different, right? A lot of improvisers, and I teach improv for on camera because for the love of God, people stop doing this, actors. Stop improvising, making it about you and a funny line, shigga-digga-doo. It's not about that. They bragged on how great he was at taking the flow, the scene, the script, the lines, the relationships, and building off of that and everything he did. The writers would say, we got to keep that. That is so good for the character, the relationship, even future episodes that we want to do. Keep it. Phenomenal.
So good.
So, all right, my next show. You ready? Or are we done with that one?
No.
Okay.
One more each from this era.
All right, here we go. Ready? I have so many. I want to say like three.
We can do a part 2 of this.
Yeah,
we can do a part 2 of this.
Here we go. The A-Team.
Oh, I knew you were going to go. And so, I mean, everybody has to immediately go to Mr. T. I mean...
Oh, don't you fool! I loved him. I freaking loved him. I got in an argument with my mom one time because I wanted his haircut, and we were going to the barber, and I was like, I want Mr. T, and she was like, you are out of your little mind. I was like, no, I'm getting it. I sat down in the barber shop. I still remember. I was like, I'm gonna do the Mr. T, and the barber goes just like this, looked right at my mom, and my mom was like, no. So I got the normal Eskimo kid cut that she was giving me at the time instead of Mr. T like I wanted.
That's so funny.
But, Murdoch was my favorite because he was crazy, but awesome, right? Murdoch was my freaking favorite. I was always because me growing up, everyone always called me crazy. Oh, yeah, we've got my older sister and my younger brother who are geniuses. There's the crazy one, right? Like I was always the crazy one. So I always really related to Murdoch.
That's good.
And then in the updated A-Team, not a lot of people know this, I had a manager at the time in LA when they were making the A-Team, and he got me an audition for Murdoch.
No.
Yeah. And then, get this, so the dude who booked it, I was then on set with him. I believe his name's Sholto.
Shout out Sholto.
Shout out. Great actor.
We'll have to have you
But
on.
he was a series regular on the show, PlayStation episode show called Powers that I had a recurring 4-episode arc on.
Did we talk about Saved by the Bell? Because Saved by the Bell is, I mean, definitely
One of the greatest shows
of all time.
I know there's a lot of meme stuff that goes on about that, but phenomenal. Slater was my dude. Always loved Slater, the athlete guy, because I tried to be an athlete back in the day, so I was always.
Yeah, the Jerry curl too.
Ooh, no, I had the poofy Eskimo hair. I looked like a little Eskimo kid. But now they've got all this like Zach was a tyrant things online. Have you seen this?
No.
So
What?
it's meant to be humorous. But it was like Zach was a nightmare, Zach was a tyrant, and they only play small little clips to prove that point.
I mean,
Right, like where Screech is in love with Lisa, and then he walks into the back room to ask her to the dance, and Zach's kissing her. Like it was those kind of clips where they're like, Zach was a nightmare, he's a terrible friend.
I mean,
But yeah, so there was a lot of those kind of things, but you can't deny, show is a flipping hit.
Oh yeah,
even to this day.
Oh yeah, Kelly Kapowski.
Come on, that's a big crush
I feel
for me.
like every decade has loved Kelly Kapowski. Like every decade falls in love with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys realize she's 50 now. However, I mean, like still gorgeous lady, but like she's no longer that girl in high school. Like that girl in high school was in high school when you were like not even thought of.
Right.
You're not even close to being thought. Like your parents probably were not even in the same state or zip code.
Yeah, not even a clue. But it was one of those shows that dealt with like legit real life middle school, high school kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's why it was so great with that age group.
Yeah.
Look, my favorite thing, and I laughed about it then, and my mom was like, "Don't you laugh at that? That is serious." When not Kelly, but curly hair.
Was it
Jesse was taking the uppers, the caffeine pills.
I'm so excited. I ran that by some friends and they had no idea what I was talking about. I was like, what? I mean, they're like a little bit younger.
Who are you hanging out with that doesn't know that?
Apparently children. Apparently children. I felt my age in that one.
But I was like, even as a kid, this is what's so ridiculous. I don't know where I even knew this as a child, but I remember that I got disciplined. My mom was frustrated at me because I was laughing at that point. She's like, what are you laughing at? This is serious. I'm like, they're making a big deal out of caffeine. Doesn't Dad drink like 4 cups of coffee a day? And she's like, this is serious? Don't you ever belittle? And now I'm drinking like Monsters and all this stuff.
Over. Oh my gosh. I have this guy the other day. I won't divulge who he is, but like we were at lunch and he's like, yeah, I have like 5 bangs a day. I was like, 5 a day? like he said, like 3 or 4 or 5.
Oh, good Lord. Help him.
I was like,
Help his heart not explode.
I said,
good God.
I was like, your heart. I was like, what? I think the recommended dose is 200 milligrams a day.
And one bang is above that.
One, correct. I think one is 300.
Yeah.
Like I drink half of something now, but I was like, goodness, I was like, goodness bless.
I try not to do. I used to do like at least. I would do a hardcore one a day, right? But then I realized that if you live at that level, it's hard when you don't have it to even function. So I had to pare back. So now I do like one a week.
Okay.
If I like have because also the cortisol levels, if you're stressed out, if your heart's kicking that much,
correct,
cortisol levels are up there.
You'd be surprised at the people who don't know the correlation between cortisol and caffeine.
Really?
Like, and what cortisol is. Like, I'm just anxious and stressed. I'm like, and I've had 10 cups of coffee today. I'm like, well, you do realize cortisol.
Well, sunshine, that's the
right. It's affected by how much caffeine. Right, caffeine can affect your cortisol levels, and cortisol is your stress hormone.
Yeah.
So it's probably through the roof, which is why you're.
And then it's
right here on my couch.
Oh, big time, big time. So thank you for bringing that up, Saved by the Bell, because now we're having a very deep discussion about how people can get their anxiety levels down.
This is not a health podcast. Yes, health and wellness podcast.
Right.
We do that here as well.
Yeah.
We do that here too. That's
yeah.
But yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, classic. Saved by the Bell classic. Yeah, so many memories, like to this day.
Yeah.
Like going from a kid watching it like after morning football practice in the summertime to like now as an adult watching it at home while working from home on my laptop. Like it's crazy how it's traversed all these eras and it's still so. I mean, maybe it's nostalgic. It's not. I won't say it's not good.
No, but it's nostalgic, legit.
It's definitely nostalgic, but also, like you said, there are definitely still some poignant things about it that have stood the test of time.
Yeah, big time. Big time. And for a funny little tidbit to end this happiness, there's a musician. I don't know his handle. If I knew it, I would let y'all know, but look this up and give him credit whenever you find it. He takes musical scenes from Saved by the Bell and plays musically what they would have actually been playing. Because, in all the music scenes, they're faking. Like they had a little band.
Oh, yeah.
They had their band, right? School band. So Lisa's on the bass, Screech is on the keyboards, Zach is on the guitar, Kelly's singing, Slater's on the drums, right? So you have all of them playing these instruments. Well, he actually watches them and plays the real instrument exactly how they were playing it, even though they were muted and an actual song was overlaid to make us middle school kids think that they were actually a band.
Right.
It is some of the funniest stuff you will ever hear.
Oh my God.
Because it is the worst, most terrible instrumental, because they're faking it, right? Like he's doing a bar chord, one bar chord through the whole thing, and his strum is off. Lisa don't know what she's doing on that bass. She's like plucking and then like coming all the way down to the end and going all the way up to like no clue. Screech is like dun, 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 the whole time. It is some of the funny. I laugh only because of the nostalgia, right? Of really functioning in the space of remembering what it really sounded like and then listening to what it actually sounds like. It is fantastic.
That's funny.
On so many levels.
I remember the song. Wasn't it like Friends Forever? Oh my gosh. The fact that we just did that is hilarious.
Yeah, dude. It's fantastic.
I'm about to go home, pop in a banquet TV dinner, and probably watch Saved by the Bell before I go to bed. I can cook. I'm just choosing not to, by the way.
Yeah. Well, look, thank you guys for joining us. We hope this brought back some nostalgia.
Yeah.
Go watch those old shows.
Look them up. Take them with you. They're still great.
100% great today. They stand the test of time. Legit.
Absolutely.
Legit. Well, we love y'all. This is CrushTown. See you next time.
You guys.
We are sponsored by FaZe Commons, who have allowed us so graciously sponsoring us in the podcast studio today in Alpharetta, Georgia. If you are anywhere in Atlanta, this is a phenomenal space. You guys gotta come be a part of it. Second sponsor, Climbing the Call Sheet, baby. It is an actors group focused on weekly and monthly accountability and to-do lists. Why? Very, very simple. Actors building careers. If you're called to this industry, you got to be building something. You got to be taking ground. You got to be growing. If you are not, then your calling is sitting there waiting on you.